disinformation contractors hacked into email and the social media account of senior election officials. Who these elections officials are, you ask? Page 2 to 4 of the Daily Nation has that for you. And also, President William Ruto's close allies just days before the 2022 polls. An investigative report has revealed the same. However, both the Kenya Kwanza faction as well as the Azimio One claim that they are not the ones who did hire these foreigners during the election season. So these are the Israeli hackers. Then if they didn't, any of the faction denying that, who did? Police raid Matiang'i's city home amid row of a search warrant, where the police said that they did obtain that search warrant that gave them access to the former Interior Cabinet Secretary, Dr. Fred Matiang'i there. And this is after that particular incident that happened last week on Wednesday. And so what they were trying to ascertain is whether that was false or indeed there was any truth to it. And so just looking at what some sections of Azimio leaders are saying is that this was sort of like a breach of his rights. And you also remember that last week on Thursday, he did obtain that anticipatory bail that is supposed to sort of like cover him from any kind of arrest unless there's a warrant for that. But before we just get further to what the Daily Nation has for you, Marie.
Yes, Doreen, yes, the same headlines in the Standard newspaper revealed how Israeli hackers hit Ruto's team. Israeli hackers accessed email and private chats of two of President Ruto's advisors before and after last August presidential election, posing as the aides and sending texts to unsuspecting targets as part of an intelligence gathering and disinformation campaign. That story continues on page 4. That is, the aides are Itumbi and Churchill were hacked by Israelis run up to the August polls. And the investigation, which involved more than 100 journalists from 30 media organizations, showed a hacker accessing Gmail and Telegram accounts belonging to Energy Cabinet Secretary, that is Davis Churchill, and key Ruto strategist, that is Dennis Itumbi. The hacker in question has been identified as Tal Hanan, a 50-year-old former Israeli Special Forces operative who now works privately using the pseudonym Jorge. And leads a group of contractors. While reports by media organizations involved in the investigation revealed that Hanan offered 3 undercover journalists a demo as he hacked into the Telegram accounts of Churchill and Itumbi in July 2022, reading their personal chats and files, including a polling survey related to the presidential election. Well, how much does he charge for his services? It's quoted here. That's about 15 million euros. That is about more than 2 billion Kenya shillings. It was, however, not known who hired Hanan and the team, as his team of contractors also include his brother, that is Zohar Hanan. So that story there in the Standard newspaper. In a demonstration on August the 9th, Itumbi's Telegram, the Israeli national revealed to undercover journalists a link to an internal website of the UDA that the UDA used to monitor the results of the presidential election. So that's the story there in the Standard newspaper. Now, judge goes to Supreme Court to fight decision to sack him, and that is Said Chitembwe. The tribunal found that Chitembwe was unfit to hold office, and Justice Chitembwe, through his lawyer, that is Peter Wena, filed the notice of appeal at the Apex Court in a move that signals his intention not to go down without a fight. Now, Article 168 Cap 8 of the Constitution provides that a judge who is aggrieved by the decision of the tribunal may appeal to the Supreme Court within 10 days after this tribunal make its recommendations. Now, the tribunal did unanimously agree that all 6 charges of misconduct leveled against the judge had been proved. So, yeah, and the charges, the tribunal was investigating 3 cases where Justice Chitembwe was accused of impropriety, and in handling succession dispute while serving as the Malindi High Court, and in an impeachment case against former governor, that is Mike Sonko. And, well, there's a purge going on in the Azimio faction, and Senator Fatuma Dullo, could I say, is the first one to face the axe after, she was removed as the Senate Minority Whip as a result of the purge by Azimio La Umoja One Kenya. And Azimio leader Raila Odinga said Dullo was removed following parliamentary group meeting with senators, and so her place has been taken by Narok Senator, that is Ledama Olekina, who will be deputized by Nairobi Senator, that is Edwin Sifuna. Dullo's fate comes just a week after she and other Jubilee lawmakers did meet the president and pledged to work with his government. And last week, Raila termed the leaders who met the president as traitors and told them to resign. So that story there. Now, the other story that we've also has been making headlines about, police breaking into ex-CS Matiang'i's current home. So Matiang'i's whereabouts remain unknown, but his lawyer, that is Danson Amari, says that he is safe wherever he is. Police officers last evening broke into the former internal security CS, that is Fred Matiang'i, on grounds that they had an order to obtain CCTV recordings in an alleged raid in the home last week. Matiang'i's whereabouts, like I said, his lawyer Danson Amari is saying that his client is safe. And the raid came after Nairobi court rejected a request by the Directorate of Criminal Investigations to order a private security firm to supply it with the CCTV footage from the home of the interior CS.